Halloj! Kan ni bara säga att ni kan bara säga ja och ja, så att ni hör och ser mig. And now remember, this is an English broadcast, so if you can see me and hear me, please just make a little comment in the chat so that I know that everything is working out. Just gonna check out YouTube to see if it's broadcasting there as well. Hi, Fred. Good. So happy you're here. So happy you're here. So I'm just going to check out YouTube. Yeah, perfect. And there's my mom as well. Hey, Mama. So last time when this link to the broadcast was broken or something happened just like a moment before I went live, I forgot to say who I am and so on. So I thought I make a little introduction, present myself, and I'm Annika, and I'm a conscious energy worker, conscious energy master, and I specialize in working with layers of your consciousness. I'm totally aware that we can expand into we're infinite beings. And when I tuned into this broadcast before, I realized how expanded you are as participating here tonight. And also because I see the guys here, and I know you're super expansive. And I will try to make this an consciously expansive one, but also to let people that are not that deep into this yet to be with this too. So everyone can benefit from it. So I just want to say welcome to everybody's here, but also the one who will listen in the future to the replay. You're equally welcomed. This is a meditation, wisdom integration, and it's always in the present moment, which means that if you listen to this in the future, you will benefit from it as well, equally if you listen to it live. And I also want to say to you, please write down questions to me if you have questions, and I will do my best to respond to them. And I will kind of, bring them into the teachings, so it will integrate in you. And my aim is to make you so relaxed that your system opens and you are receiving the frequencies of this transmission. It's, as I said last time, which was the first time in the webinar series of Worthiness, it's not for me to tell you about information and facts to put in your brain so that you know more or interpret more. It's an integration of frequencies and opening within your own system so that you remember the truth of who you are. And we have these codes already within us. And when we dive deep into our subconscious, but also in our systems, where we when we are aware of things, we see where we hold unprocessed emotions, limiting beliefs in our subconscious. We have a lot of, wrongly interpreted conclusions and assumptions of things in life. And we also have the epigenetics, where our ancestors had experiences and that got coded into their DNA, and that's what we're carrying here today. And then we're trying to figure out life from mind, like, why do I feel this way? Well, it's easier to say, I don't know why I feel this way, but I do feel it. And that is the key and the lock at the same time, or that's the key to the lock. So when you feel it, you can embrace it and take care of it immediately. We don't need to find out from where any longer, because the consciousness of our highest expansion, or the the truth of who we are already here. It's for us to receive it and to soften in our system and let it sink into our cells, so that our DNA shifts, that we turn off the DNA that is not any longer working for us, and we open up and activate the DNA that is here for the new, highly evolved superhuman that we are entering into. But I just feel, I can feel a little stress here, but I can also feel I'm a bit stressed because yet again something happened before. It's techie things. It always hits me in my face before I go here, it seems. So I invite you to tap your K27 meridian points. You feel the what's the word for it? Fred, can you help me? I don't know, remember the word for the bones that are here. Nyckelben in Swedish. Just under that, it's like a little soft spot. You have the lungs here of the bone, and they go like this. And then you have the soft collarbone. Thank you, Fred. It just went out of my mind. I'm so happy to have a man from Oxford with us today that can be my interpreter. You can interpret what I say. So you have the soft spot here, and you can tap those points, because it's like it rewires your system. It's if you are in a stressful mode, it's like rewires the system, and all the meridians are starting to function in the right way again. So the energy pathways of your system, of your body. So we can just tap these. And I invite you to breathe in through your nose and count to 3. 2, 3. Hold your breath for 2. And then you exhale through your mouth, like, and we count to 5. And we'll do this repetition for 5 times, okay? So we start now. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 2. And breathe out for 5. 3, 4, 5. Breathe in 3. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2. Exhale through your mouth. 3, 4, 5. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Count to 2. 2. Exhale through your mouth. 4, 5. Breathe in through your nose. Count to 3. Hold it. Exhale through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Count to 3. Breathe out through your mouth. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. I feel that this is enough. I think there might be like 1 to go, but it's okay this way. So this is a way to calm the body down. And I know there are so many different techniques, and this is just one of them, just to have a little reset in the system. So I was meditating on this session before, and as I said, it's like such an expansive group. And when I think of worthiness, we spoke of it last time, and as I said then, it's like worthiness is just a belief that we're not worthy, which is not true, because we're not separated from all that isness. We're not separated from the universe or from God or from divine consciousness or pure consciousness. And when we do think we are separated, we are in suffering. and we are trying to figure out things in life, and then things like I'm not worthy comes up, or I'm not significant enough, or I'm not lovable, or life is supposed to be hard. We have a lot of different beliefs that we hold in our systems. And when we start to focus on these limiting energies in our system, or these feelings that we are not ready to fully embody, we create more of that. So we think we have this problem that I've been struggling with for years, but I don't know how to get over it. It's because you keep focusing on the problem in itself. We have stories about how we feel the problem, how it turns up in our life. Where do I feel it in my body? How can I maybe numb it a bit or soothe it? And sometimes we are even very spiritually evolved, or we have spiritual egos that are actually keeping the thing in place because we're so spiritually, and we have a lot of knowing about spirituality. So it's even keeping the problems in our bodies, because we're not opening up to the possibilities of getting help from something that is pure consciousness. It's like we just really have to soften our body 2% to receive what's higher than our mind can perceive, or mind can I don't know how to say it. It's like mind cannot grasp the greatness of softening the body, because mind always looks for something to solve, a problem to solve. But when we start to realize we don't have to know anything about, and we don't have to know anything about anything. We don't have to follow the rules that we learned. I can even release everything I know about spirituality. I can release everything I know about, I think I know anyways, about energy work, or I think I know about whatever you're struggling with, or with your problem in your body. Maybe you can release everything you think you know about your problem in your system. And when you do that, it's like, I'm willing to release everything I think I know about this. You can feel in your body, it's like something is starting to happen. And I'm pretty sure that most people here that are listening to this live and will be listening to this live are very energy sensitive, or empaths that are feeling things really deeply, are highly aware of things that is going on around them. And if you just like didn't see that as a curse almost, like I've been so sensitive all my life, and it's like I would have done anything not to be so sensitive. But now when I am this sensitive, and I have the awareness of opening up to something greater than I am, it's such a magical tool, or a magical function that my system holds. So I invite you to play with the idea that maybe I'm not the one who's supposed to solve the problem I have in my system, or this situation, or this relationship, or my, what, I don't know, money problem, or it could be anything that you are experiencing as a problem in your life. And start to play with the idea, maybe I'm the problem. I'm not saying you're the problem. I'm just saying your mind controls things that it doesn't have to control. And I am willing to release my identity for the sake of a greater expansion, but also because I know the greater expansion is love and peace and joy, abundance, flow. Good. I can feel this is shifting something in your base chakra, and also second chakra. I can also feel the confusion here, but everything is fine. Like, confusion is good. It's just because your mind is not there to trying to it's trying to understand, but it's nothing to understand really. It's something to receive in your system, or even something for your system to open up to, for you to remember who you are. So I invite you to soften your bellies. I can feel there's like tension in the bellies, like tension around your intestines and so on. And if we don't know how to soften our bellies, good. It's intention, and allow the body to do that. The body knows how. It creates, I don't know, urine. It fights viruses. It produces whatever to keep us alive. And I don't know how that works, but I know it does, because I'm sitting here talking to you guys. So just invite your body to say, I'm willing, like I'm letting you soften the belly. Good. And I can also hear someone thinks it's hard. It's just because it's new. And also to remember, you're not the one softening the belly, really. You're allowing it to be softened. Good. Because that makes a lot of old, stuck feelings and energies to start to move. It's allowed to move in the system. Energy wants to be in motion. So if it intensifies, there's nothing wrong. It's just showing that it works. Because, and it's not even that something is wrong in that way, that it intensifies. It's always, these energies has always been in there. We're just giving the body the chance to release them. And then we have to feel them. We cannot spiritually bypass them, but we can be a space for it to move. It's like the parent and the child. The child is like not trying to cry until it sees his parents, and we have to be the same way. We're our parents in a way to our inner child, we can say, or inner parent to the inner child, if that is something that you can like relate to, because it's all about compassion for, well, it's a lot to do with compassion. So it's a lot to do with compassion for the spaces in us that are not unconditionally loved, or haven't felt that love of unconditional presence. We try to make other people see me, or we want someone to say the right thing so that I can feel good, or look at me that way so that I know that I'm worthy of love. It's about how you see yourself. It's about how much presence you are giving yourself, how much space you're giving yourself to feel what's in your system, or to be aware of what's in your system, because awareness is a big key here. We cannot make conscious decisions if we are not aware of what is within. And please just post like a question mark if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you have a question, please ask. This is how wisdom works, and if mind is trying to grasp and put it into like knowledge from mind, then it can be a bit confusing, because mind is trying to go back to previous experienced events. And to these parts, they have never experienced this much presence before. So we cannot go to mind to understand. We have to just be present with what's going on in the body to allow it to move. And I can feel now it's like a lot of things are starting to move. And I can also feel it's like I've never done this before in these areas, because I can feel that there's a lot of safety, but also in our pelvic floor, like the sexual organs, the womb, in us women, but also like sexual organ for men. It's like we have, like, sexuality is so distorted in our society today. It's about life force of like creation. It's the energy of creation. It's not only about sexuality in that sense of sex. It's about create new things, about being inspired and create and inspire the world. It's about art being shown. It's about maybe a new way of healthcare, or a new way of school system. It could be a new way of you have a book. I know Annika here tonight, she wrote a book, but maybe a new way to market this book into the world. We have to go through our system. It has to be embodied in our system. And to go down to these lower chakras about safety, security, about feeling held, being, as I said, safe. We have so much stagnant energy in these areas. And I invite you now to think about something, because now we have spent a lot of time feeling this in this area. Well, we could spend a whole lot of more time, but just for now. And think about something that you care for a lot, like someone or something that, or a memory of something that is bringing you maybe a bit of joy or compassion or appreciation. Because you're tapping in, it's not the memory in itself, it's the frequency or the energy of that. And you feel that rising a bit. For me, it's my nephew, my nieces, my family is like, make me feel, held and appreciated, and I've loved them dearly. And I take this energy and it's like I give all this energy down to my pelvic floor. Like I breathe it in, because this is a higher frequency than this area have ever felt. So that the stagnation or the old emotion that hasn't been able to move before can move. Really good. And I can also feel that this is a bit like, how does this help? This helps a lot, because this is this creates a new platform for you. Like if you raise the bar, like of consciousness, just a notch, everything changes, everything expands. Good. I can feel for some of you now it starts to be felt in the nervous system, which is really good, because that is a recalibration. But you just allow it to, the body knows how to, you just allow it. It's just a new way of experiencing a thing, really. You're just the observer of that, which is going on. So, and also when one person changes, you change everything for the whole group, the whole collective, for this group, but also in the world. That's how powerful you are. Really good. So now we can bring in more compassion, or that feeling of love, the caring, the appreciation. And you bring that into that area again. And you it's not like you breathe it in to remove what's there. You breathe it in to be a really loving space for someone that hurts, that is in pain, that suffers. Good. And I can also feel to breathe this in. And if it's easier for you to vision light, white, high vibrating light into the intestines, because we store so much suppressed emotions in our gut. We need our gut to be healthy, to keep us healthy. Beautiful. I can also feel, if it's a couple of you, it's the old emotion of not like, what about me? And we're going to be a big loving space for that, because you're worthy of being seen. You're also wisdom. So good. What about me? And then you can put a hand on your heart. Put a hand on your heart. We'll also say that if some of you don't feel anything, that is perfect too. That is actually an emotion too. Then embrace it. I don't feel anything. And it's okay. Really good. So put the hand on your heart. And if you have a strong emotion, or energy, or sensation, you can simply say, I'm here now. Good. I'm here now. And you're safe. And it's actually really good to say this out loud, because you speak directly to your subconscious. It's like the parent's voice. Children appreciate to hear their parents' voices. It's comforting. It brings safety. I'm not going anywhere. And this is confusing too. I can feel the confusion. I'm not going anywhere. And it's also this energy is like, so what do you want me to do? Is there like, I don't know what to do. This energy is not used to being listened to or acknowledged. We can simply say, I'm here because you're worthy of it. We bring in the worthiness in this situation for this one who's suffering. There's a lot of self-load here, a lot of good. You're doing really, really well. We're not trying to change anything. We're just trying to be a space for what's not been allowed to be felt before, to be felt. That is how we shift. That is how we awaken from the lower frequencies or from the sleeping state. We bring in more white light or more appreciation or more compassion. We just breathe it in. We don't do anything or help. We're just bringing it in with the intention. We allow our superconscious or our system that is in great communication with all that is to bring balance where there is not balance. Yes, good. Because now I felt the shift of like, I know how to do this. From the confusion, it's now more courage, bravery. Beautiful. Yes. Maybe now, for me at least, I can feel how tensed I am. in some parts in my pelvis. And I just allow it, I'm not trying to change anything. And this might be hard for the one who's a fixer, capable, when really there's nothing to fix, but to intend and allow. Beautiful. And now you can, really good. You can tell this part, I'm so sorry that I didn't come sooner. Please forgive me. And forgiveness is for yourself, to be free from the, I won't say jail of the mind. It's like, if I forgive myself, I can set myself free. It doesn't mean I have to go back to that situation or talk to that person or be a good sport, show up anyway. I don't have to do that, but I can forgive myself and I can set myself free for my liberation. Because we are love, from source. And source, like, there's nothing to forgive. Source always saw the love in us anyways. So that is, we forgive from the perspective of duality, where it's good and bad, or right or wrong, or black or white, or good. Really good. Can you feel what that does with your system? It's like forgiveness is such a strong vibrating frequency as well. And when we allow forgiveness, if you have a hard time to forgive yourself, allow that you have a hard time to forgive yourself instead of making yourself wrong for not being able to forgive yourself, okay? Because that is yet another energy, another sensation of, I can never forgive myself for whatever happened. That's suppressed emotions. So you allow that. I allow myself not to forgive myself, because that releases stagnant energy too. I accept that I'm not able to forgive myself. Ooh, this is a huge one. Good. And if you're able to forgive yourself, I forgive myself and I set myself free. And if you're brave enough, you can forgive the other part, if you know who the other part is. Because maybe you're done with this game. Beautiful. Maybe it's not your game to play anymore. Beautiful. And I can also feel anger here. It's like that. As I said before, children, when they're not allowed to express their emotions, they're like, ooh, they're tensing up and nothing comes out of them. But you can definitely see and feel that something is not right, because they're not supported enough to feel, or maybe they're not knowing what they're feeling. But there's like anger of, it's not fair. Embrace that too. Can you imagine holding this anger back? This is a great force. If you are brave enough or have the courage to allow yourself to feel this anger, to liberate the child, or maybe a younger version of you. Or, whatever happened to your ancestor, or, yeah. It's not really a problem with the feelings in themselves, because they are just like feelings, and the body knows how to let them flow through your system. It's about your resistance to feeling them. We hold resistance from, eons or a lifetime of, you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't behave this way, or you should listen to your, I don't know. I was brought up not saying to my dad's father, I was not allowed to say, in Swedish, we say du or ni, which is you directly, or formal with a big capital Y. And I was a bit afraid of my granddad. And I did my best not to say you in the wrong way to him. But it wasn't fluid, So we have a lot of rules about how to behave, or like we have a lot of rules. And we're not supposed, or we're not meant to have these rules in this way. If we are in fluidity and in our, like the fluid state, the flow state, the expanded consciousness state, the love state, the joy state, we know how to be kind. We know how to be empathic in in a way that is not, sucking the life juice out of us. We know how to be friendly, kind. I said kind, loving, supportive, from a state of love, and not those things from a state of rules, because that is not a very high vibrating way of leading life. You can also breathe into your heart. Receive a lot of white light into your heart space, because we have a bit of a heartbreak here, so that the energy can flow from the chakras the way they designed to do. So the heart, I'm willing to open up my heart space. Okay, good. There's in this, I can feel in the collective and also in this group, there's like self-doubt that is being present. If each and every one of you listening now or in the future, because we all exist in the now anyways, or our bodies are just here, doesn't know the now. We allow the future and the past to come into this present moment. We are not a shape, not a form. We are just here in this body, and we're infinite. We're anchored into Mother Earth. We welcome Mother Earth's energy into our system. Beautiful, really good. We open up to the heavens, to the central sun, to the divine realm, and we welcome that light into our hearts. Beautiful. And now pretend all our cells are little universes radiating in the same way right now. like we open them up to be this union between Mother Earth and the divine presence of heavens. And we have this self-doubt for whomever carries it. Like I can imagine we all can have a bit of that, and we breathe into our own system. Beautiful, because this helps the ones who have it. We breathe into our own systems, and not in a like forceful way, just softly, gently. You bring in more Mother Earth energy, because I can feel some of you are not grounded. So anywhere and everywhere, known and unknown, where we hold self-doubt, are you willing to release it from your system? And if you are, say yes out loud. Good. Anywhere or everywhere where we hold self-doubt in our systems, you can do this a couple of more times. Are you willing to release this from your system? And it's not like you need to push it out. It's just that we accept that we have it, and then we can say, well, I'm done with this now because I'm aware of it. That is separation. That is not who you are. That's a belief. So everything that has to do with self-doubt, good. It can be released. Your system can just open up, and it will be, because you're so expanded right now, it cannot be held. Like there's nothing to hold it back. Beautiful. There's a bit of a body shame as well. So everywhere and anywhere we hold body shame, can we just allow that to be released? But more, I feel to love that part unconditionally. Beautiful. Because the shamed part is not you either. You're a beauty. Breathe white light down into your pelvic floor, into your sexual organs. Restore a lot of energies. Really good. So if we had all the love in the universe gathered and in your breath, good. And allow it to come down to your pelvic floor and beyond. It creates like a big, sun of white light in this area. It's like the densities melts in a way. Beautiful. Really, really good. Into those tight, really tensed glutes. I can feel some of you are really tense in this area. Me too. And to tell these parts we love you. Thank you for making my life better so that I can walk or sit down, be seated, to experience this moment. Beautiful. You guys are so wonderful. Good. Thank you so much, Lex, for connecting me to Mother Earth. But also being a part of a vessel that is connected to all that is. So I can bring down the divine realm or universe or love or pure consciousness. You pick the name for it that is feels good for you. I know people are hesitant to the word God, which is okay. Just use another word that is for the higher power. Maybe nature, the sun, the stars, universe. Beautiful. Flow. Beautiful. And we bring this to the organs, the sexual organs, and the womb space. So good. Just allow it to soak in there like a squeezed sponge, and then you put it in water, so it's like absorbs all the liquid around it. Now it can absorb all the light codes, the energies of space, of the present moment. Good. Thank you, Lina. Perfect. Oh, now I can feel the self-doubt parts of you are feeling loved. So, yes, you can say yes to that part. You were never unloved. Never have been. I just didn't know how to embrace you. The universe never thought anything else of it. So good, you guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to be here with you. Oh, really beautiful. I could feel the heart space opens up and your pelvis is getting softer and your, yeah, I almost want to cry. It's so beautiful. Soften your body. So good. So good. My Lina Duhar, welcome. Soften your body and bring in more love from the universe, from the divine, from nature, from flow, from pure consciousness. And from you in this group, there's so much love. It's like you can do, if you imagine we're standing in a circle, it's like a big group hug with these energies. Because we're unity consciousness. We're never separated. Unity consciousness is something we experience from being present in our bodies. Soften. Good. Soften unity consciousness can never ever be experienced from mind. It has to be from your system, your body, from within. Beautiful. There's so many guides here. I don't know. I'm like, do they belong to someone? No. Okay. So it's like we're all together. So just allow them, just be in unity consciousness together with them. Like they can join the circle as well. I can feel you, Annika, are so present with this. So good. There's the joy. So welcome, joy in. Joy is a frequency. It's not like you're starting to, dance and laugh. Maybe you do, I don't know, but the joy, to just allow it to come in. It's about a shift in your cells, shifting consciousness in your system. Because now you can hold a higher frequency, a higher conscious level. So welcome. Good. So good. So just welcome it in. Maybe you feel like moving, then you do that. It's your body's telling you what it's needed right now. It's like, I want to move. I want to drink water. I want to hikari. I want to, I don't know, dance. I want to go out for a walk. Not from mind. It's your body telling you what it needs right now. And when you are very aware of things, you will start to feel like, maybe it even asks you to go and buy chocolate, because the infinite being in you is here to experience this life in this body, and it cannot experience this life in this body if you're only in your mind trying to organize your day, or not letting your infinite self say what it wants to do in this moment. It's like, yeah, it could, like today I asked my infinite self, and it said to actually wash like mop the floor, which my mom knows I don't like. So I did that, and it was easy. It's a way of living life more fluidly. It doesn't have to be like big experiences, like buy a fast car and do car racing, or go to this country so that you get that experience. It could be, but it could be the small things too. Maybe a new dish, maybe calling a friend that you haven't talked to for a while. Not from mind, because something in you tells you, if you listen and you become aware. Beautiful. So now just receive a lot of white light. We're not going to disconnect from each other in a way that we're not in unity consciousness, but we're going to be alone in our own systems. So I'm not walking around carrying your energies, because we need our energies as well to evolve and to learn life. If someone carries my sadness, I cannot embody sadness and be a master of it, so that I can be of service to others. We need to be in our own systems. It doesn't mean that we're alone or lonely. You can still be in unity consciousness, because that is the connection from the heart. So white light. We ask the universe for white light. So good. And just shower through us into all our cells, into all our chakras, all our energy systems, even, let's say, unknown energy systems, to be shared with this white light. Good. And let's bring this down to Mother Earth. So we anchor this energy. So we raise awareness so that people that are looking for answers can tune into this energy and maybe wake up a bit themselves if they are, looking for the higher consciousness. So beautiful. And now we can spread this out in the world. This is the consciousness we want to spread out into the world, so we can help the people that are suffering, that we can raise awareness. And, there's a lot of things going on right now in the world. It's better to do it from this place than from the fighting mode, telling someone they're wrong. So beautiful. Good. And maybe now you can make a wish. You're so open. You can make a wish directly to source, to universe, to pure consciousness, to flow. Beautiful. And I can also feel some of you is like, oh, I don't know what to wish for. For love, for peace, for joy. We allow this to make us tall, like we're stretching out the body. We're infinite, so we can be as tall as we didn't know how tall we can be. I was in a session the other day and I was so tall, the universe wasn't enough. I don't know. It's just, that's the way it felt. Good. I am joy. You can repeat after me. I am joy. I am truth. I am light. I am peace. I am the way. Because I am. Perfect. And it is done. Beautiful. We're actually done. And I can understand if you have a hard time coming back into your mind and if you have questions. So if you want to keep on being in this state, you're most welcome. I will stay here for a little while. And if you have questions, please just put them in the chat. But you're also allowed to connect and send me a message later on if you have questions. No problem at all. And I will be back next Wednesday. And I hope to see you again. But this was a beautiful session. You are fantastic. I'm so happy. Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Mama. So good. Amen. Queen of the universe. as you, my dear friend, Queen of the Universe. Jag tror kanske är Kari som har... Kari? Ja. Puss och kram, Kari. Jag älskar dig. So beautiful. Thank you, Fred. I'm so happy you're here. You're awesome. Good. You also see Linda, but I don't see your comments in the StreamYard. But I'm so happy that you're here with me too. Okay. I don't see any questions. Thank you so much. And I see you in a week. I hope you all turn up. Kisses. Bye.